What time is it?
You are 5, 4,
Showtime.
3.
I don't know what that is.
Muting me.
That was
Quit
gross.
muting me. Now I got to start all over. 5, 4,
Oh, I wondered why you're
3,
Yeah,
2,
I cut that off
1.
good.
He's trying to mute me, but
I
it's
didn't
not going to
try.
happen.
I did. I accomplished. I accomplished it all.
Hello, everyone,
Good evening,
except
family
the mystery.
and friends. How are y'all doing?
We want to say thanks to everyone that participated in the recreate the selfie with whatever you have close to you.
Oh, I know, that was so good. We had so many responses
so
on that.
many people respond to that.
I was all like,
Yeah. No.
I was like, how's she getting her teeth to show? That's what my picture was. That's what was
Were her
recreating.
teeth showing?
Yeah, I was like, man, she's good because I couldn't do that.
I was wanting that shadow across my chest and everything.
Oh, okay.
Join us for the mystery guest.
I mean, we're all in suspense here.
Guest.
We three kinks of
We have
Orient.
no idea who
Are
it is.
very
Oh.
intense. We try.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew, this is not quite the Death Star. It's actually an Imperial cruiser. Background.
Oh, look at this. It looks so good. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
What is it?
Boom.
Oh, he's talking about his.
Yeah, I'm talking
He's
about
talking
mine.
about mine.
Mine's looking snazzy. What up, Andrew?
Did you design all of that, like from the ground up?
Yeah.
Adding the pineapple and everything?
Uh-uh.
Oh, no. Okay. Because
I zoomed in real good.
Is that the baby pineapple? We need
No.
updates. How's that baby pineapple doing?
I know. We need
I don't know.
to.
We'd have to ask Vikram, but
Look.
he's MIA right now
How big has it gotten?
because he's trying to defend his what's his dissertation? Is that what it's called?
Yes, his
Yes.
dissertation.
That's what he's trying to do. How was your day, Sandy?
It's whack. Nothing.
For real.
Yeah. We ate leftovers. There's nothing to report. I'm trying to even think. What did I do? I mean, I worked my butt off.
You
today.
sure did, didn't you? You made that money.
Well, I don't know about all that. I pushed paper. That's what I did. How about
Man.
you, Joe?
Yeah, mine was the same way. I was like ready to. I made it to the office at a certain time, and
11:24. I feel it.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's go with that.
That's what the kids said earlier.
let's go with that.
And then 2-hour lunch.
I actually would have been there sooner, except I had ordered lunch for my kiddos before I left, and I went to go pick it up for them, and Chick-fil-A took forever. I was like, what the? I even did the curbside. I pre-ordered the
Oh,
stuff, and
man.
it still took forever. So
For real,
I
though?
was later than I should have been.
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
so sorry.
office.
That sucks.
And then we get home. I get home.
And you took a
yeah,
nap?
Yeah. No, actually, I did not take a nap. I was very
I took a
disappointed. Sweet.
I did take a nap. I took about an hour nap.
Nice. Hashtag nap together 6 feet apart.
We were
I think-
watching Sonic. Cade wanted
Isn't it
to
a good movie?
I love Sonic. I thought it was really good,
I did too. I was like, this is the greatest video game movie ever, I think.
but I fell asleep during it
Uh-huh.
this go around. We actually went to the movies to watch it.
Oh, okay.
That's what we did too.
I've not
What's his
seen
name?
that
Is
one.
funny as heck, isn't he? Like Jim Carrey is like back to his old hilarious self in that movie, I thought.
Yeah, he was very maskish.
Look at this. So, Imperial Cruiser, Head and Cloudsman, and Lady That Sat on the Beach.
Is Jamie the lady that sat in the beach?
Shut your mouth. Don't be jealous.
Don't
I
Don't be
be
suspicious.
jealous.
Speaking of randomness,
And that's it. That's all I did.
I want to
we
hear
had this random little storm pop up. It's lightning like crazy. Joe, you need to be taking pictures of that lightning storm.
I
right?
know, right? And I saw it, and well, on our side of town, there's no lightning. And
Really?
did you hear there's a power outage? It's like
Where?
in the central Lubbock. There's like 13,000 people without.
Really?
Yeah. I was
Because
like,
of the storm?
yeah, because of the storm.
It's so crazy because we heard it and we automatically go to the backyard and we're like, like it's nothing. And then
Right,
we go
yeah.
to the yard and we're like, what is going on?
Yeah, we were eating, and I was like, "Is that thunder?" And it's like because we had went to Target on our side of town and came back home, and I was like, "There's nothing going on. Is that thunder?" And then all of a sudden, yeah. And then I look on the lightning tracker, and it's all over central Lubbock, and nothing near us at all. So it
Hi,
was kind of crazy.
Tim.
Hey,
Glad
Tim.
Tim's back.
How's your chair doing?
That infamous chair, that irregardless chair.
Irregardless.
Oh my God. Well, please weigh in on that. I mean, Joe sent us a text message this morning and he used the word irregardless. And I'm serious. 2 cells just jumped out.
It's like, no, I'm done. That's what started your bad day. Or just your blah day.
There's no way it started your bad day because I didn't send that till your day was halfway done.
It was a contributing factor.
It was a cotton theorem situation.
It was a cotton theorem situation.
Oh my God.
It was then went back after it was sent now, and so yeah.
Oh, hey Joe. So I went outside and got 2 lightning pictures with my amazing cellular. Not as good as yours, but I did it.
Share
Hey,
those, Carrie. We want to see
that's
it.
all you have to do is go out there. So the best camera is the one that you have with you. So
That's true. I always call Joe for advice because I'm like, oh man, I struggle when I try to get a photo, and he's like, dude, if you're in the moment and you got your family, just get the picture. You don't need to wait for to get the settings right.
right, yeah.
And
People
I'm like,
always
"You need
chase
to
the
remember
settings. I'm like, just take the picture.
Yeah.
I'm also wanting to ask you, Joe, like I want like a landscaping camera. Like I like landscapes.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to take pictures of. What would be a good one?
You go from this to that way. And there you go.
Portrait mode and then
Right. You can buy any of the entry level cameras, and then you can get you a nice lens because that's really the most important part, and then a good sturdy tripod. That's what you can start with. It doesn't have to be like you don't have to go anywhere near the level of my camera yet. You can just start with.
Oh,
just
look at that! He's
the
like, get off my level, girl.
He's like, get away.
Well, you know, a lot of people don't want to spend $2,000 on a camera, so I'm just saying.
What if Sandy did?
Yeah, what if I had 2,000?
Oh,
man.
My bad. My apologies.
Not really.
Joe Schmo?
There's another so there's a camera coming out that was just announced by Canon, and it's the fancy one is $3,800. So
there you go, Sandy.
I know when Jamie said earlier, he said something about a lens being 4K. I was like, no wonder Joe's prices are going up.
Right, exactly. Except I don't shoot Canon anymore, so I'm waiting for the next Sony one to come out, which is supposed to be announced here pretty soon.
So if you're looking at cameras, Sony's the better one to go with?
Well, for me, because the eye autofocus, but really any of the entry-level cameras are much better than what I started with. So
when you say entry level, is it one that I still have to put film in and then screen?
Please avoid those.
Oh, okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah, because I don't know anything about those.
Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate you coming and watching us.
I know.
Tell your mom I said hi, okay? She's such a nice lady.
I mean, Sean's a faithful one.
I think Tim answered our question about his chair. He burned it.
That poor thing. All it needed was a little bit of oil.
It just needed some oil, man.
And elbow grease.
A little bit of oil.
Yeah. Tim, did you build yourself a new one? I like your wood shop picture.
Wood shop.
His profile picture.
Never mind. You know what? I'll leave the rapping to some who know better how to do that.
Why do a stream? You can take lightning pictures. Let's go. I can do that.
Hi,
all right, I'll see y'all later.
Right.
Peace out.
Hey,
Where's Jason?
Oh, sorry.
I was like, this clown.
We've already Venmoed him his night fee, so he has to stay.
Right, yeah. Oh,
I
man.
do like that background though, Joe. It's pretty funny.
It is pretty sweet, huh?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. I need to play. I gotta find the Imperial March. Where's it at? I gotta find it.
The Imperial Monarch March.
Keep talking.
Imperial Monarch March.
How was your day?
Yeah.
Oh, my day. My day was okay. Okay. It was the little one had horseback riding. Guys, if you're in the Central Illinois area here in Bloomington Normal and you're looking to do some horseback riding, go to the Breezy Bluff horseback riding place because they are just so nice. And Eden, she did tricks with the horse today. It was so cool. I was like
what kind of
she was the teacher was telling her to put her finger up like this. or do not something where her finger was up. I could tell that much. And so when she did, the horse like did this neck extension thing, and it was just the cool. I was like, what is going on? And then she went under the belly of the horse, and then she just kind of tapped it like that. And then the horse knelt down like that with its head, like they do in the movies and everything.
And you didn't get any of it?
I was on the phone with my wife, and I was like, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, blah, 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 blah. And we're just talking stuff. And I was like, what is she doing out here? It didn't look right until after it happened. I was like, oh, my gosh, wait a minute.
Do you not have a camera you can take?
I do, but I left it here at home because
I
have
a camera.
My camera's for taking pictures of food. When my family gave it to me, I told them specifically. They were like, "Oh, you could take pictures of me," and I was like, "Why?"
Yeah, he can't take any other pictures with his camera because if he does, people will start asking him to take those types of pictures.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. I'm like Joe with the weddings and stuff. I'm like, nope, no people photos, just food photos.
Well, if I get that good, I'm going to be like, "Are you a landscape? Are you a mountain?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Are you a flower?"
That's exactly when they ask me. I'm like, "You mean you want me to take a picture of your pineapple, or?"
Right.
I'm lost here. What are we talking about?
Right.
Did you not just love that skunk picture I sent you this morning?
Oh yeah. Sandy tried to make me feel guilty in getting rid of the skunks in my under my house.
That was Shauna Wilson. Shauna Wilson sent that to me.
Oh, that's right. That's whose name was on it, because they take care of all these critters and stuff, and they're like, you made the skunks go away, and they were helping your house.
You didn't have any rodents, did you? The only thing that they didn't take care of was your snake problem.
It said snakes, but I don't have a snake problem.
Oh, really?
In fact, I would like for snakes to come so I can see them.
I think you have a snake problem.
I think you have a snake problem. There's something to snake around your house.
That took a long time.
I know. I had to sign back into my soundboard again. I was like, dang it. Hey, Jamie.
What's up?
Who do we have on the show?
Guys, I'm really excited to tell you about our mystery guest, so I'm not going to tell you about him.
Great.
That's how I roll. But what
Sandy
I
and I are in the dark totally. We have no idea who this is. We know it's person A.
Yeah, that's all of y'all know. So
that's all we know.
Without further ado, let's bring person A on the show.
Yay! Thanks, person A, for joining us.
Autobots roll out.
Oh! Nice. We know who it is.
What's up, guys? Surprise.
Surprise.
Did you like that?
Yeah, I did. That was sweet, dude.
That
I was
very
not
cool.
expecting it to be that dope. So.
Oh, wow. I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
So for all of our guests out there, welcome DJ Sound Effects, or as we like to call him, Trey.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Trey.
Trey has been on our show before, and he's a part of a podcast. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, yeah. For
podcast.
y'all, it works right.
You guys just don't like the word podcast. It's fine.
It's just Jamie. The rest of us don't care.
Yeah, we don't really mind it. It's him.
You're not helping the unity out here, you two. So anyway, so Trey was on here a while back as part of the duo that does the podcast, and we wanted him to come along, and actually we just wanted to hear more about his story and about him, and so that's why we brought him on. And Sandy, that's why I kept him a secret from y'all, so that you'd be surprised.
Great. I had no idea, no clue. I was like, who is he bringing on? Well, that's awesome.
So yes, so Trey, I know, like we said, we've had you on before, and we've got some other new visitors and whatnot. So can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess, what do you want to know?
I want to know. Well, let's start with Sandy first. Let's see what she wants to know.
Sure.
Okay, so let's think about this. If I remember correctly, you started beatboxing in junior high?
Yeah, I started beatboxing in high school.
Oh, high school.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
And so what got you started? Like, what made you want to be a beatboxer?
So yeah, I mean, I've always made like sound effects and stuff like that, just because I was a really energetic kid growing up. I mean, I was zooming around the house making whatever noises. I mean,
Did your
it
mama
didn't
get
matter
mad at you?
all the time.
Okay.
I,
My mom was like, "Why do y'all have to make noises? Why can't y'all just be quiet?"
yeah, it's you can't explain it because you just got to do it. I pestered the garbage out of my sister, my parents. But yeah, I never knew it was going to turn into something like this, and I'm glad that I never quit. But I want to say I was a junior in high school. I started like picking up things here and there. I wouldn't really consider myself a beatboxer, quote unquote. But then I really started doing that. I found some friends that were doing that, and then my senior year of high school, I did a talent show with a friend that I just randomly met. I knew he could beatbox, and we did just a freestyle routine, and we won the talent show, and it was in front of pretty much half the school, and we won over like several people who were dancing and playing guitar really well and singing really well, and it was kind of a mind-blowing experience, even though it was just, a smaller crowd, but it was really, really cool. So we won, and I'm like, I'm doing this for the rest of my life.
Oh, wow. How does your mom feel about it now?
She still thinks I'm a rapper, but I love my mom to death.
Does that make your eye twitch too?
A little bit, but
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, she means well, and I mean, it's okay. She knows I can beatbox. She just will for forever say rap, and it's okay. It's fine.
I mean, I get it because so I have some tattoos, and my mom thinks I'm a gangster, and
Oh, okay.
so I mean, I get it. They're so extreme.
That's amazing.
This is my son Trey. He's a rapper.
No, literally, I've been introduced like that. It's like, you have to hear him rap. It's like, Mom, no, I can't spit bars. I spit beats. I beatbox.
He spits something.
I spit something, yeah.
That's so awesome.
I
So
have to
you
clean
said
my
you were in
mic
high school. Was it the junior or the senior talent show you said? I missed
Senior.
that part.
Yeah, my
Senior.
senior year of high school.
So you
It was a
pick
school
up
talent
beatboxing. You start young, but you officially really start in as a junior, and then you enter a talent show in your senior year, and then you win.
Yes. Yep, me and another guy, and we did a little freestyle routine, and we won, yeah.
Was it like back and forth? Or were y'all both just at the same time, just flowing like, like?
Well, what's funny is I think I might have mentioned this last time on the show, but I actually have the link still of our routine. It's on YouTube. It's so terrible when I look back at it now. But
It's cringe YouTube, yes.
oh my gosh, so long ago. But so we would kind of layer with each other. So like we would both do similar beats of the same song, if that makes sense. So it wasn't like an overlapping like noise. It was more the actual beat, if that makes any sense. And then later on, we did like a freestyle session where he would go and then I would go and then he would go and then I would go. So, but yeah.
How long did the entire set or whatever go?
Maybe 6 minutes.
Oh my!
Maybe that's probably a long time. It was.
Were your lips all numb doing it?
I was exhausted afterwards, man. I gain a lot of endurance over the years just because I've had to do it with friends who, so they'll sit around in a circle and like it's called a cipher, and everybody goes around and raps, and I'm doing it for like hours at a time.
Oh
and
wow!
Yeah, I did it for like almost 2 hours straight once. I don't know. That might be a little dramatic, but I actually got sick the next day because of the amount of like I was using my voice and just breath and everything. It was crazy.
Wow. Okay, so so after you did this and you discovered I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, did you take lessons, or I mean, what did you do to improve your skills?
That's a great question. It's funny because I tell people you can't really teach somebody how to beatbox, which isn't all that true. What I did was I just picked up stuff that I saw people do. So I picked my favorite beatboxers on YouTube, and I just saw what they did, and I kind of mimicked it. It obviously didn't sound all that great in the very beginning, but over time I just kept practicing, and then I essentially started sounding like them, and then I kind of made my own thing. Mm-hmm. So it stinks when I see a lot of people copying, I guess. It's not like organic or natural for you, and you just sound like everybody else, and it doesn't really sound that great. But that's kind of what I did. Is I looked at people and I just practiced and practiced.
But then you created your own style.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh,
So was
wow.
that? I don't know how old you are, Trey. So is that just looking at YouTube a lot, or were you looking at all the rap tapes and just playing them in your CD player?
So,
For me, it'd be my cassette player. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
And Joe would have been 8-track probably.
Or Stone Track.
Hush your mouths. Hush your mouths.
I had a, I had a Volvo, so I definitely had a cassette player. But I actually got a radio put in, so I was able to have CDs. And
They're
plug in
boxy,
my
but they're
iPod.
good.
Yeah. Hey, Volvos are where it's at, man. They're freaking expensive to repair, but they'll get you where you need to go, I guess.
And they last for years.
Yes, they do.
He's like, I
After
still
all the
got it.
breakdowns, but yeah. I've had several breakdowns, but it's okay. But yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I've always liked drum and bass, right? Just the really high, fast, really high energy stuff that back in the 90s was just on and popping. And that's what really, well, it's probably back in the 80s is when it was first formed. I could be wrong, but I loved listening to that. I love listening to instrumental stuff. I'll listen to anything, but my stuff is more like instrumental, so I can make it whatever I want, if that makes sense. If there's no lyrics or whatever. So I just listen to that. I listen to hip hop there, here and there, and just kind of form some beats from that, and then would mimic those beats. And then I looked at like the number one beatboxers in the world and kind of mimicked what they did, and that's where I got everything from. And I tried to make sure that I sounded like a drum kit. That's the sole purpose, is sounding like a drum kit. Even though I kind of was doing the whole like electronic dubstep Transformers thing in the beginning. The goal
Well, that was awesome.
That was awesome. I can't wait to do the replay and play that part over and over again.
There you go.
Nice.
But yeah, the goal is to sound like a drum kit, because I mean, everybody back in the day, way before I was born, no one could afford a drum kit. No one could afford the I'm trying to think.
The synthesizer boards and stuff like that.
Yes. That's expensive. So like people would go on the street and mimic that, and that's what people would do. And so that's kind of where it all got its thing from. Was beatboxing, and the goal is to sound like a drum kit. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think like Rozelle and like oh my gosh, Biz Markie, like Dougie Fresh, like all these people. Yeah. So he would do all the clicks and all those clicks and all that stuff. And they would do all that, but they perfected it, and they sound amazing to this day. So
That's my click.
there you go. I actually use the side of my tongue.
Yeah, I was like, you do like 20 to my one click.
Whoa.
No, he says he's using the side of his tongue.
Yeah, it's like on the side instead of the.
I'm not even.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay, next.
I'm totally gonna do the replay and then do everything that he's doing and be like, does it sound like that?
So a lot of it is a combination of you breathing in, breathing out, clicks, and then how much of it is actually vocal part of it?
If it's more like bassy stuff, like guess I can only show you. So normally like the vocal aspect is the breathing. The humming and all that stuff I'll add into it. If it needs more bass, I'll add the hum, the bassy like that's all the back of my throat. I'll sometimes sing in the middle of it. Not great at that yet. I can't really. It sounds terrible.
Well, hold on, because Jason said that's the
my
first time
gosh.
Trey sang a chorus. What?
What? What does he mean?
Yeah, what do you mean, Jason?
I think at the beginning of your song when you were talking about Optimus and everything, I think he's saying that's the first time he's saying, unless he's saying something different.
Jason's just trolling me. He knows I can sing. I lead songs in church. It's fine.
John saying,
Hey, what's up, John? What's up, Jason?
He says, thank you guys for the Mom Robbing a 7-Eleven remix.
Oh, yes. It was so good, dude.
That was so
good.
Y'all need to listen to that one.
Oh,
So good.
you know what? You want to listen to it?
Yes.
Mm,
It's up to you guys.
Sandy said yes. Joe said no. I'll tell you what, I'll play it at the end of the show. How about that?
Maybe
There you
a
go.
few bars of it. Maybe a
Okay.
few bars.
I'll
of
let
it.
you take it off then, Joe. Here you go. So this is what you and take the comment off, Joe. But this is what you
Okay.
and Jason from your podcast, y'all put together this. So for those of y'all who are gonna want to know where it came from.
Yo, we got Scout the Psalmist, John Matthews 31, and TDP on the mic.
Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball.
Now here's a little story about a nurse. She had it all together, everything rehearsed. But those things that opioids got in her life, she didn't know what was going on. She never see it right. She had some kids and she loved them so much, but she didn't know what was gonna go touch. So one day she went to a 7-Eleven and B with knives out like a freaking ninja. She did it once, then she did it again like she was a Humpty Dumpty and it going over again. No. But the crazy thing, yo, is John didn't hear until he turned on the TV, bro. And
Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing.
That is awesome.
Oh man, it's just so funny hearing that and not being on the podcast. It's just like, I don't know. It's just so funny.
I love that you guys just come up with the because I was a guest on your show and you guys did one for me as well, and it's just amazing to watch you guys work and put it together, and then just and I'm just like throwing out words here and there.
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's a fun time, man. It's a great time.
Sorry. So Taylor's here. Says Trey's a great beatboxer.
Hey, Taylor, how's it going? Thank you.
Is Taylor a fellow beatboxer?
No, she's a friend from Lexington. She's down there. She's actually part of the church in Lexington. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we
I was
know
like,
each
wait a
other
minute,
through church.
Illinois?
No,
That's just down the road.
no, Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. Sorry,
Okay,
there's a
okay,
fly
okay.
in my room apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we didn't say where Trey was from. We just kind of brought him on and started asking him about
I
beatboxing.
know.
Okay.
Yeah. So where are you from?
Yeah, so I am from Louisville, Kentucky, down here in the 502, where it's it can be raining one day and then snowing the next, and you just have to wait 15 minutes and get over yourself. So
Sounds like Lubbock.
Hey, that sounds just like Lubbock.
Really?
West weather.
Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much was raised here. I actually was not born here. I was born in Oklahoma, which is a grip away. So over in OKC, that's where I was born. I lived there for 2 years and then moved to moved to Kentucky, and then I lived there until I was in 5th grade. Moved back to Oklahoma because my dad got a job out there.
Oh, wow.
And then the end of 6th grade, we moved back to Kentucky.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
That's my journey.
Yeah.
as
So
far
do you
as-
have any type of musical background, like play any other instruments or anything like that?
Honestly, man, I tried to play saxophone in elementary school and gave up on that because I didn't like my music teacher. I
No
also
hard feelings.
yeah, I mean, I can't read music worth a dang either, and it was really hard for me to focus. What else? I picked up the guitar for a little bit, and I just couldn't stick with it. I love playing. I just never stuck with it. And then I found out that beatboxing didn't require any batteries or chords or EQs or anything.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
and I can, yeah.
You're like, I just need a microphone. That's all I need.
But other than other than I mean, I led songs in church and I kind of figured out how to sing that way. And
What's your favorite church song? Or let me rephrase that. What's your favorite church song to drop a beat at during it?
Huh.
You just
And-
made it that much
Right, you
harder
made
for
it even
him.
harder.
So you could okay, I got you. So
Uh-huh.
you guys familiar with the song "Hail, Hail, Lion of Judah"?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's a long. There's several verses to it. You can go any way you want with it. It's all
Right.
kind of a call and response. It's a call and response, and you can totally drop a beat on that, and it's a great song. So
What? Do you have a recording of that somewhere? You don't have to
No.
play it now, but
No,
I do
I
want to
know.
hear it because I love Lion of Judah, and now you're making me think, oh my gosh. I need to
should
hear
do that.
something with you.
I should record that.
Yeah, record it for us and then let me know, and then we'll put it on the page later. Okay.
I actually was in an a cappella group for 3 years, 2 years ago. And other than that, I mean, I really have no musical background.
What did your a cappella group do? What did they?
Yeah, so that was called. They're actually called Cardinal Rule. They still exist. I'm just no longer a member. I'm an alumni, I guess, if you want to consider that. Whatever. But yeah, it was a great time. I mean, I did it for 3 years. I had a friend in it, and she introduced me to it, and I'm like, oh, they need a vocal. They call it vocal percussionist, right? It's not beatboxing,
Right.
Because you're accompanying the group with a beat. So. But I did it for 3 years. It was a great time.
So you're the walking drum kit for them.
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially, yeah. It was a great time.
But you sang too, right?
I don't really think I ever did, because if I wasn't beatboxing, then I mean they didn't have a beat. So I think there was like one.
They couldn't have a beat to save their life. That's why they needed Jesus. I'm sorry. I apologize. So
yeah.
can you show us or tell us, or I don't know how to say it even. Can you drop like? Thank you, Sandy. Can you demonstrate like what a beginner beatboxing sound?
Oh, sure.
Would sound like versus and then what that would sound. Can you make that same beat over again, but what your expert level?
Yeah, show us like a progression from a beginner beatbox to a professional beatbox, and use and kind of up the ante or up the difficulty level on each step. That would be cool.
Oh, okay. I will do my best and see what I can do. Do you want like beginning, intermediate, and then I guess expert level?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Okay.
Or you can do beginning, a little bit beginner.
We'll be here all night because I won't be able to think of that.
No, beginner, intermediate, and then pro level.
Sure. Okay, I thought of a perfect one. So what I normally tell people, and this is kind of an inside joke between people who beatbox, is people in general, but boots and cats method. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Yes, my kid says it all the time.
I thought it was
literally.
boots and pants.
Yeah, if you all could do that real quick, literally just repeat boots and cats for me.
Boots and cats.
And boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
See, Joe. Oh,
I was following you, Joe. Why'd you stop?
So essentially, that's boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots. Yeah, so you would just replace the actual words with sound. So it's boots and cats and boots, cats, boots, cats, boots, cats. But that's like very, very basic. That's kind of where you want to start off with. I tell people to like do what you can do, like, and then just make it better.
Go, Joe. Do it.
Go, Joe. Start it.
Boots and cats.
No, keep going.
Cats.
Right.
So take away the boots and cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now do the noise.
Still do boots and cats. If that makes sense.
It's kids. It's kids. It's kids.
Yeah. So with the boots, you would instead of boots, it's boots and kids. Boots and kids.
Okay.
It's like
I'm done.
Yeah. So essentially, you just want to be adding. I guess.
Away for a minute.
Oh, he's gone. I'm dead. That's amazing.
Peekaboo, little kids.
You just scared everybody.
But yeah, so that's the beginner level stuff. Boots and cats and boots, and then boots and pants. Right? I don't know. I don't like that one as much.
I thought it was boots and pants.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants. I guess that's another thing.
That's kind of like the beginning of like that Michael Jackson song, the Billie Jean.
Yes.
That's exactly what it
I
sounded
can do
like.
that later too if you want.
It's like yes.
So the beginner would be that like boots and cats and boots and cats, and then the intermediate would be like boots and cats and boots and cats, and then for me, but you just add as much as possible without making it too difficult. Like you don't want to sound like a noise. You don't want to sound like noise. You want to sound like you're playing the drums, right?
you're saying that would take like a week for Joe to learn?
Honestly,
No.
it's different for anybody. It can take a lot of the sounds that I had to really work at.
Challenge, Sandy. I will learn how to beatbox, and you do roller derby.
Okay, I'll beatbox and you do roller.
I would be all over the floor. Roller derby is intense.
Oh my gosh!
I can't rollerblade to skate, or I can't rollerblade to save my life.
I can't even walk, and then tripping over carpet. And
Yeah, especially since Jason told me that I was doing cats and cats, and so I don't know if I can. It really impacted my psyche, so I don't know if I can do that.
Oh
Way to go, Jason! We almost had a beatbox.
All right, so DJ sound effects. Tell me, here we're gonna go a little bit deep now. So I don't want to trudge up too many bad memories here, but
let's go.
How'd you meet Jason? Not really.
Is that the question?
No.
Hold on, that was good, Sandy. That was really good.
I mean, yeah, I can answer that if you want. We met
but that wasn't my question. But go ahead and answer that now.
Yeah, sure.
I just want to keep going because
yeah.
Well, no, we have to actually put that. So, who is Jason first, and then that's where we're kind of going to. So that way you can explain how you met him.
Sure.
For people that haven't watched that episode or haven't seen you guys' show.
Yeah, they probably have no idea who he is. So Jason Rowley. We're co-hosts on a podcast called Flows for You, and Jason, and he's one of my best friends. I actually met him, I want to say 8 years ago at a conference. It's the same church that me and Jaime go to, and it was a huge conference. We all got together as a giant. It's called World Discipleship Summit. It's massive. There's 40,000+ people there, And
awesome.
There was a bit where a rap group in our movement, it was towards the end of service, and they went up on stage and were performing. And so I had known about Jason for a little bit. I just never met him. So I actually went up to him, was talking to him and stuff. He doesn't remember me from that point.
Oh.
But 4 years later, yeah, it's a funny story. 4 years later, we re-met at another conference, and
this is like the beginning of an anime, of a slice of life anime.
But me and one of my friends met up with him, and I started a cipher with him because wherever I go, I try to start a cipher because I love beatboxing. I love beatboxing. And so I try to get people to rap, even if they can't. It doesn't matter. I don't care what they sound like. I just want to beatbox. But Jason went in. We actually have a video of him doing a freestyle and everyone going buck wild, and then we were able to eat at a restaurant afterwards and catch up and hang out and just kind of meet each other.
Cool.
And then I started streaming games on Facebook, and we reconnected through that a couple years later, and he put me on the podcast. So
it's been Flows for You ever since.
There we go.
So would you beatbox during your game streaming?
Yeah, I would from time to time. It's rough because there's people that come and go. There's not a consistent amount of people that stay. They just want to see what's going on and then leave. That's just what Facebook is. You're not on one thing unless you're actually watching a video, right? That's a motivational thing. You want to see the all the way through. They're on for 30 seconds, if that, and then they move on. Yeah. So, but yeah,
we know that.
Yeah.
Right.
We feel you.
I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying that's what Facebook is.
We get everybody catches on the replay, so we understand.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
it's the beauty of recording.
So then that's how you met Jason. That's who Jason is, and you guys have a podcast, or you had a podcast. Now your podcast is gone
to a live show.
Thank you.
To a broadcast.
Well, we actually do both. We still so Jason will edit our live show and kind of compact it even more and still put it up on our podcast. And technically, we have a live stream podcast and the old podcast. If that makes sense, they're still kind of one and the same. Just one's live and one's the recorded audio, I guess, and edited audio. One's live and one's edited. So, but yeah.
Yeah, and I was a guest on their podcast.
Yes.
Before we created the social and distancing show.
Yep.
And I remember on there, I wanted to talk about the social and distancing show because they even asked me at the end of the episode, and I was like, I got something really in the works, but I'm not going to say it yet.
Yeah.
So, but we took 2 hours to do that show, and it was about an hour and a half of us just laughing and laughing. I couldn't stop laughing with these guys. And so when I saw I was like, man, I wonder what it's going to look like. And then when y'all brought it down to an hour, I was like, how did they get an hour of that? I was just laughing my head off the entire time.
Yeah, it's all Jason. He does a lot of work.
It was awesome.
He puts in work.
So I'll have another question for you. Can you tell me, did you ever have like one of those moments where it just didn't work out? Where you just biffed?
As far as like
in your beats, like when you were supposed to come for the show. I've been where I've gone to give a speech and I just did not nail it. Actually, all my practice went out the window. I went over time. I didn't even touch the points that I've been practicing for weeks on. I was like, how did I even do that? What happened? Do you have that?
Yeah,
a story. Tell us a story.
I have plenty of times where as I'm beatboxing, I mean, my mouth will get dry. And so you always want to have, for those of you who hate this word, you want your mouth to be moist. Like you want your mouth.
You want
to
a lot
be
of saliva.
hydrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't want to ever be like dry because it's like a dry palate thing, and you just can't make the beat the way you want it to sound, and you can't really breathe as well, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because you're going and going and going, and then you can't catch breath, and it just you're uncomfortable, and so your body's like, you need to stop because you need to take a full breath, and you haven't in like 3 minutes.
Oh wow!
Whoa!
But the reason I'm saying that is because as I'm beatboxing, I create ways of making a sound while breathing at the same time. So I'm trying to think of one moment because there's been many where I've just choked and
sure,
but no one notices.
I was going to ask you, but does anyone catch it though? That
honestly,
would be the thing.
Honestly, no. I'm trying to think because I've gone up against people before. I've not really done the whole like beatbox battling thing. I'd love to, but I feel like I would just choke. I feel like I would at some point choke. But anyway, going back to it's like acapella, for example, I've had a performance where I've cut out for like 3 seconds, but then come right back on beat, just because I have a metronome in my head. I don't have to think about it. It's just I'm keeping the beat as we go, regardless if I'm making any sound or not. So I've had moments where, as a matter of fact, it was probably my last performance with Cardinal Rule, where I just couldn't hear anything because the crowd was. I'm not trying to like be over dramatic or anything, but the crowd was going buck wild, and I couldn't hear anybody. So I need to hear what people are singing and what part we're on. I know where we're at, but I just couldn't hear, so I just stopped. Like, and it didn't matter because it was kind of a freestyle flow that they were doing. It was matter of fact, the song was "Bang Bang" by I'm trying to think.
Is it Jesse J?
Yes, yeah. It's Jesse J and Nikki and
very
Ariana
good,
Grande.
Mr. Pena. Very good.
So, but yeah, so there was that moment where I just couldn't hear anything, and so I would say that was definitely a mistake on my part because I could have kept going. At the same time, I didn't want to come back when everyone calmed down and be offbeat, and that would have ruined it. So I'm glad I stopped, but it was definitely like, why did I stop? It was still that moment where I'm like, I should have kept going.
It's like
yeah.
I have something. I have a challenge.
Oh,
I think
okay.
we should challenge him.
Oh,
we should name songs, and he has to throw the beats down for those particular
boy,
songs.
Here we go.
Oh,
There's stuff I know.
There'll be more popular songs. So,
Sure.
like, whenever you said
in the comments too, if you guys
yeah,
have a song,
if you have a song, but like he had said earlier, is like because I said it sounded like the Michael Jackson "Beat It," so I was like, I want to hear
that
that, and then somebody else, you guys can chime in with the song, and then he can kind of switch to that beat. Because he's a beatboxer. We don't really care about all that other stuff. We want to hear the beats.
He's like, we don't care about you talking. We want to hear the beats.
You know what I'm saying? We got some time left. I want to hear some beats.
Okay.
I'm pulling up my Spotify real quick. I'm getting my list.
Yeah.
What's your particular genre that you said earlier, but it was what do you call it?
Drum and bass, but I mean hip hop, like pop, like any of that.
Yeah.
It's totally
Yeah,
fine.
so like I'll start with the
Man.
Michael Jackson.
Oh, and how old
with
are
the
you?
beat.
I'm 26.
He knows all kinds of music. He just said
I know,
Dougie
I
Fresh.
just-
I'm
that
also
was like
a DJ,
my
so
There's a difference when someone says Dougie Fresh and you say Color Me Bad, and he's like, I don't know. what
see,
we
no,
talking
see,
about?
you're right. You're true.
Oh,
Yeah.
see?
But the thing is, I could look it up, put it up to my head, and then just do it from there. But
Yeah, you could. I bet.
So Sandy, do you have some songs?
I
I
can get
don't.
YouTube ready.
I have nothing.
Sandy, you got to come up with a song.
Get your phone up, Sandy.
Tell
Get
you
your phone
what.
up.
Tell you what. You guys do that. I'll do the Billie Jean real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Man.
Sweet.
Yes.
Wow.
There you go, man.
All right, Jamie, your turn. Give him a song. Give him a
Okay,
song.
hold on.
I'll get YouTube ready in case I don't know it.
God dog it. Here we go. We will do. I'm trying to pull up this guy. Give me 1 second. And
Oh
can
yeah,
you hear the song?
it's trying to think.
Give me everything featuring Neo, Afrojack, and Nair.
I'm trying to think. Can you skip to the chorus?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love you You got it? Because I can't. If I play it too long, they're gonna cut the show off.
Oh, you're right. You're right. We don't want it. Well, tell you what. That can you skip to like the more high energy point?
Yes. Yes. Hold on.
Interesting. I mean, it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was because you were playing it in the beginning. I was like that. I mean, sure. I was
yeah,
trying to
because
go to
it's kind of a repetitive beat there
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that one.
Yeah. All right,
Um,
Sandy, you go.
Sandy,
I'm gonna keep.
you got
I'm gonna
one?
look for another one.
I'm still looking.
Okay, how about
Doesn't Smooth Criminal has a really good one, right? Michael Jackson. Yes.
yeah? Nice. How about Rex and Effect Rump Shaker? Do you
Oh
remember
my
that one?
gosh.
That's a YouTube right there.
It's an older one, but
That's so
Yeah,
90s.
Yeah, if someone
like-
could just play it, yeah.
hold on, I can
Go
find
for it, Joe.
Here it
Yeah,
is.
I don't want you guys to get copyright strike. Facebook's
Yeah.
really,
I think we
really
get at
great
least-
at that.
Oh,
turning mighty men of mice, but A plus got a surprise that's a backbreaker.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. That sound anything like a sax?
that's so cool. Yeah, I can't find anything.
And then how about Naughty by Nature Hip Hop Hooray? Do you remember that one?
You
I
play
got-
it.
I know that.
I should know it.
Here we go.
Afraid of what I made and played and plus a funky bit, so say you flip it too. Put that music in the monkey bit. Triggers from the
That was so awesome.
Okay, I got one. Can you do the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Come on.
I just want to hear it. It's a good song.
No, that's so awesome.
That is so slick, man.
How about Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock? It Takes Two.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
good
come
one.
on.
That's a good one.
I wanna rock right now. I'm Rob Bass and I came to
Man, all I would do, so I would challenge you all the time. I would just throw out some old songs. And be like,
There you go, man.
let's go with this.
Dude.
The Drop It Like It's Hot. That one is a good one.
I got one for y'all. You have to guess. Y'all have
Okay,
to
yeah,
guess.
let's do
this
it.
one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Let me
No, you're good.
close that.
Go
ahead.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, I know this one.
Salt and Pepper. That's Push It.
Yes.
Yes. My dad used to play that in his garage all the time.
Right.
One of my favorites. Later on, I knew what the song was about, and I was like, "Ooh!"
Right, exactly.
Still didn't care because I love the beat, but whatever.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of
By
songs.
that time, it was already ingrained in you, and you're like,
Oh, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Genuine Pony? Do you remember that? You know
Oh
that
my
one?
gosh.
You gotta play it.
Okay, hold on. Give me a sec.
What?
I mean, I probably know it. It's
When
just
it's
I'm not
sick,
great with
Sandy.
names.
I know. Oh, baby.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh my god.
That is so
awesome.
awesome.
it's almost like he's like burping in the song. It's hilarious.
Right, yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude.
There was one by Aaliyah.
That was like, man, I went back to 99 on that one.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man.
The thing is, I know the songs. It's just like the names, like they escape me. From
Are
time
You
to
That
time.
Somebody? That's the one, Joe.
Are You That Somebody? Oh, yeah, by
Yeah.
Aaliyah. Do you have it?
Whoops, sorry. Here we go.
Oh, Dirty South.
That's gonna be more difficult.
That is. I'm trying to find the.
That's going to be more difficult.
But let me go ahead and
Let me go ahead and show y'all how I can do that. Let me.
Well, I knew the song. I could. I knew the song. I could hear it in the background, but I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to hit every click. But okay.
Dude, that was awesome.
Like, how many clicks per minute was that, or per second?
I can't
oh my
tell
god.
you. Well, per second is probably like 2 or 3.
Oh, dude.
That is so,
So,
cool.
do you have to have your facial hair trimmed pretty nice so that it doesn't get in the way of your beats?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I was just like, I wonder.
No. The thing is, I just I would struggle getting braces. I've never had braces. I have pretty good teeth, but if I ever say I had to for any reason, it would
Now,
be
you
hard.
have pretty good teeth. That's good to know. But for some of our friends out there, do you have a good credit score too? They'd want to know.
Actually,
Helping a brother
yes.
out. Just helping a brother out. That's all I'm doing. Okay?
I have a pretty good credit score. But
Well, then
anyway.
there you go.
Oh, Jason said we need to give him new songs. But see, I like the beats of the old songs more than I
I
like the
don't know
beats of the
any
new
new
song.
songs anyway.
Hold on.
I mean, not that anybody's shocked with that statement.
Right, exactly. I guess he's thinking like a Drake song or something like that.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
You know, it's
You don't
funny
know
that
who
you say.
Drake is?
Well,
No, what? He's,
I don't know
he's like,
anything new. Like, I don't
What?
listen to new stuff.
come
all
on.
the new music I have saved in my Spotify is all the Tejano music that I've been
Here we go.
listening to.
Let's see this.
Passcode you on my
Hold
phone.
on.
Tell me what you.
Kill me, they gotta make some choices. They
Ah.
running out of options, cause I've been going off and they don't know when to stop. And then we
Yeah.
That one's gonna get quick.
Kiki, do you love me?
Dude.
Yeah. So Drake is literally not. I don't. It's a good third of my songs for any dance, any occasion. At least someone knows one of them. One of the songs by Drake. I mean, like it's just.
I mean, I recognize that, but I
Yeah,
just I
sure.
couldn't tell you who it was.
Like,
yeah,
here's
I
this one,
got you.
too.
I feel good sometimes I don't. Like, no. I finesse.
That's so cool.
It's so
Dude.
crazy because
Drake.
you're like making the beat and then you're humming at the same time and you're not losing the hum while you're
How-
clicking
yeah,
the
how are
beats
you
Yeah,
and
you
stuff
just
like
have
that.
like so much going on up in there.
Bro.
So humming actually, so that has nothing to do with what's going on in front. So the whole
It's coming from the back.
yes. So I can't. I'm trying to explain this. I can click and hum and do all that at the same time, but I can't really like sound like a drum kit, if that makes sense, and hum. It's actually very hard because of the parts of my mouth that I'm using. I've not quite figured that out yet. So it's like I'm trying to think. Give me a song that I could hum to. Oh my gosh. That has a decent beat, but like a.
How about
In a week too, yeah. Main bitch out of your league too, side bitch out of your league too,
you get that? That's a newer song too. So
I'm trying to think. Yeah. Starboy, right?
yeah.
Wow.
But if I wanted to do the
Whoa.
the humming is like more like me pushing out air than it continuing the entire time, if that makes
Oh
sense.
my gosh.
So it's two different beats of the same song, if that makes sense.
It makes
All
perfect
right, I got.
music.
Here we go. You got this one.
Play, yeah.
Guess who's
Yeah.
back again? Oh, they don't know counts. Oh, they don't know counts. I bet they know it's
I just put a little remix on the end, but I have to really listen. I have to really listen to that one. That one's actually kind of technical with the beat. Bruno
Dude.
Mars kicks. Bruno Mars is definitely in my playlist.
Yeah, he's my man crush. Yeah, Bruno
Oh,
Mars
yeah?
is my man crush. Yeah.
Dude, he killed it at the Super Bowl. However
Yes,
long
he
ago.
did. Oh,
He
yeah.
destroyed it, man.
Oh yeah, that was a killer show, and I love the way that he ended it on a slow song, kind of as
Yeah.
opposed to like
Oh, yeah.
more of an upbeat song. Yeah, that was
And he-
awesome.
He featured with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Are you serious? Like
Right.
the Red Hot Chili Peppers featured with him.
Right,
He was
exactly.
the show. but
He's
yeah.
the show. He's the show.
The rock people would be upset about that. They'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, I'm a bigger Red Hot Chili Peppers fan, but Bruno Mars can sing like nobody's business. So-
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, he's amazing. I was like,
Yeah, I got
when's
one
your
for-
next music coming out?
I need to do one because my daughter would love this one, Trey. Okay.
Alrighty.
Fine.
Baby Shark.
Oh, that's the Weekend again.
That's for you, Eva. Okay.
I love that song's great.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Dude.
Man. See, that's awesome. That was awesome. I loved it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I could
what
keep
it
throwing songs. We can go in the after show, and that way we can throw songs.
Oh, that's right. We don't have to worry about censorship there.
There you go.
Oh, wait. That's. Oh,
That's
I-
beat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
and then Tim said should try ventriloquist school.
Oh, they would destroy me. That's for sure.
And you were trying to say something there before Joe cut you off.
Sorry.
I
That's
don't know
all right.
what I was trying to say.
Man, time flies. It's
Time flies when you're beatboxing.
Yeah, that is true.
All right, DJ sound effects. So listen up. We give all of our guests some time to do a shout out for something. So I'm gonna give you that time right now. Okay,
Alrighty.
go for it.
What's up, guys? So you can find me on Instagram at TDP Beats. I'm not on there, but I need to get on there. Much anyway. You can find me on Facebook. I do Facebook streaming from time to time. And you can find me at excuse me, The Punisher 2012. It's DA Punisher 2012. And you can I also am a DJ. It does say DJ sound effects over here, the opposite side. Hit me up at sndfx@live.com. I do travel, and I do anything from weddings to small parties. So, yeah.
Oh, he does do weddings.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually doing a gig this weekend. So.
And if y'all are watching this, don't put him next to when the bride comes in or something like that, right?
No, it's like he's got to be near the bride.
Oh, near the bride.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was telling us about that one where they shoved him in the back corner where
man.
he couldn't see anything.
So frustrating. So frustrating.
And then, Trey, we like to ask all of our guests to give us a topic for a future episode. So with that in mind, do you have a topic for the three of us to cover?
You guys were talking about something when you hopped on the show. I'm trying to think of what it was.
Help him out, Joe.
You said napping?
No.
No.
It was, what was it?
What were we talking about?
We were talking about Star Wars there for a little bit.
Star Wars.
And then
I don't remember. I'd have to watch
So yeah, anything about the future, like where things are going to be, where you think things are going to be in a couple years, like Star Wars, for example. It's obviously far, far, far away, but I mean anything futuristic, I guess, like where technology is headed, or
that's
something
cool.
Like, that.
Like future technology.
Sure,
that'd be cool.
Tesla truck.
Oh, hey.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I assume they're trying to make the Teslas more affordable, so that we can stop using gas in cars. I don't know. That's
well, Rivian's is where it's at. The Rivian, that's up here in my town. That's the new one that Amazon put in. Like, what did they put an order in for? For like 100,000 machines trucks.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
that's insane.
It's huge here.
That's awesome.
That's
if y'all see this, Rivian, I'm still never mind. I'll be a test driver is all I'm saying.
Right.
So I'll be happy to help out.
Trey, thanks so much for coming on, man.
Yes,
and
thank you so much, Trey.
Sharing your talent and showing and putting us to shame. I will work on my boots and cats, so I'll keep working on it.
Keep working on it, man. You're gonna sound great in 2 weeks, I promise.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Hey, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It may take you 48 hours. I don't know. Depends on how long you practice. Thank you so much for having me on the show, guys. I had such a blast. I hope you guys had a great time.
Thank you.
Hang out in the green room. We'll be right back with you. Okay.
Okay.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Man.
So guys,
throwing songs all day long. Get them.
I can't even hum, and here you can put clicks and hums together.
I can do a click.
Was it a good mystery musical
Yes,
guest?
That was a great
so
mystery
much.
guest. Yeah.
I was nervous. I was like, "What is he doing?"
Yeah, because we couldn't prep. That was the thing. Like, not that we prep a lot, but still.
I could have done some homework.
So, guys, I hope y'all liked it. I hope y'all enjoyed it too, just as much. Thanks for sticking around with us and hanging out. Make sure to come and hang out with us tomorrow. We've got our Feel Good Friday episode tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Friday. Oh my god.
Yes, and Dr. Pineapples will be on in the beginning of the show to share her expert opinion. I can't remember how to say that. Thank you.
Expert advice.
On whoever question she got to pick. So please.
And I'll be here to judge it. She's gonna give you expert opinion, and then I'm just gonna be talking smack. Okay.
But just because she's coming on tomorrow doesn't mean that she's not going to keep doing it. So keep sending your emails to the social undistancing show at gmail.com and make sure you put in the subject Dr. Pineapples, and then she could pick your question for tomorrow or next week also. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I am too. Well, hopefully we can see you all tomorrow night, and as usual,
Remember to wash your hands.
for at least 20 seconds.
Yeah, filthy animals.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yo, we got Scout the Psalmist, John Matthews 31, and TDP on the mic.
Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball.
Now here's a little story about a nurse. She had it all together, everything rehearsed. But those things that opioids got in her life, she didn't know what was going on. She never see it right. She had some kids and she loved them so much, but she didn't know what was gonna go touch. So one day she went to a 7-Eleven and B with knives out like a freaking ninja. She did it once, then she did it again like she was a Humpty Dumpty, and it going over again. No. But the crazy thing, yo, is John didn't hear until he turned on the TV, bro. And
Mom robbed the 7-Eleven while playing volleyball. My mom robbed the 7.
All right.
That's awesome.
I hope they like that. That was the last intro. I brought Trey back in, so he's in there with us, even though they can't see him.
Well, we're still live.
We're still live, but only for a couple more seconds.
Oh, okay, because I was like, that was nice. That was nice.
Yeah, it was. Man, that was a blast. Are you getting y'all's music list up? Because I am.
I'm
just saying.
Really? I'm not. I've got like so many windows open.